Would you guys? So, guys, just leaving you with this question real quick. Would you rather support a Scottish football team or none at all?
None at all.
None at all.
England,
Yeah.
none at all.
England till I die.
Gross.
Thank you, boys. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Footy Fetish podcast with myself, Alfie, Mark,
Yo.
Bards,
Hello.
and H. Hello. Nearly a full house today. I think, is Ollie still on holiday?
I thought
Because he was in holiday. He was in Spain, wasn't he?
He was on holiday. I think he's must be on his way back, or if not.
Either, yeah, whatever. Ollie's, we'll be here.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, no, he's on holiday. I know he's definitely on holiday, or he's on his way back from holiday. But he will be back on Thursday, I'm sure. But yeah, welcome back. Obviously, we had a week off. Sorry, an impromptu week off, I guess. Little holiday we gave ourselves. Just a very busy time of
If
year.
only it felt like that.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god,
Just, a week off
Preach.
podcast.
Yeah.
Everything else would have been nice. But yeah, we're back. Harry, what are you munching there? I saw that.
I didn't know this existed until earlier. Orange wagon.
Wagon.
What?
Oh my god.
Nice.
I haven't had a wagon wheel.
Not gonna lie.
It's
Well,
been
I haven't
a
had a
minute.
wagon wheel in ages, man. Like stuff, and the fairy cake, the tea like cakes. Do you remember the tea cakes? The chocolate.
Oh, what, the little
like,
red and
yeah.
red and silver
Yeah.
packaging?
Yeah,
I've
man.
got some
Yeah,
of those
man.
downstairs as well.
Yeah, banging.
Like,
Yeah, so banging.
Do
But,
you remember, off topic, Fabulous Baker Boys?
What?
no.
What rings a bell?
mate.
Mate, let me
They
Google
had
this.
like solid chocolate on the top. And they
I'm
were
gonna have to
cakes.
Google that.
Well,
like
Google it.
loaded
I
muffins.
think it's called Fabulous Baker Boys. They might just be called Baker Boys.
Yeah, you might just
No,
add
Oh,
it.
I got the Fabulous Baker Boys. There's a film, a 1989 romance
Wait,
musical.
let me find out what
Frank
they are.
and Jack
Fabulous
Baker
Bacon
are
Boys.
brothers who have
Oh, no,
worked together in a
Okay.
small but
Baker
successful
Boys.
piano act for years.
Bacon
However,
Boys.
their lack of
Yeah.
ambition hurts them. They begin to lose gigs and soon are relegated to their rundown venues. I'm just reading out the synopsis of the Fabulous Baker Boys film.
Bacon Boys. That's a company.
So quick.
I do remember them.
I found the company. It's in Whitney, Millbuck Industrial Estate, Whitney. No fucking clue.
Can't beat cakes
No.
from an industrial estate.
Have you guys had? I know, right? We will. I promise. Anyone watching, we will get into the football in a minute. But we are talking chocolate and cakes right now. Have you guys had Tony's chocolate?
Oh, yeah, it's weird that.
It's banging though, isn't it?
It's at the
It's
top
the-
of the
it's
top
the
of the
real
shelves and it costs
thick.
too much.
Yeah, the real thick chocolate. It is quite expensive. But they do
Oh,
some mad
It's
flavors.
so chunky.
Yeah, they do some really good flavors though.
Yeah,
And
Give me
it
Willy
is like
Wonka
proper
vibes.
nice chocolate to be fair.
giving me Willy Wonka vibes.
Very much Willy Wonkery. Willy Wonkery? Yeah, that makes sense.
Remember when the Johnny Depp Wonka film came out and they actually started making Wonka bars? Like,
Yeah, that was awesome.
they
Yeah.
were actually really good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I remember what I know. We're so off topic right now. We
really
will get into the
Yeah,
foot. Yeah,
but-
I remember when I was a kid, my dad's office one year for like a Christmas party thing. They did a Willy Wonka like Wonderland thing in the office and like set it up like mad and everything. And like we went and they had like rides and shit in this office. It was huge. It was mad. Like little ones, you know what I mean? And then like they all did it up and everything with all the different rooms and like the chocolate fountain and stuff. It was sick, man. I'm not gonna lie. And you got like a golden ticket to go in and everything. It was pretty sick. But yeah, right. Football time, boys. Let's get into it. Yeah, right. Big weekend of football. Unfortunately for me, lost again in the fantasy league and in football. So it was just taking L's all weekend. Yeah, but it was quite good. We'll start with the Man United Palace game as we have got Bards in the pod this week. Obviously, first game under Rangnick. Am I saying it right? Rangnick?
Yes.
Yeah, his first game in charge. We saw obviously he's only had a few days or like a whatever to
He
get
had
the team
one
together.
45-minute training session apparently because the weather was so bad in Manchester that they couldn't really do a lot of training. But I
Not
don't
bad.
know. Bit confusing because they do have 2 inside training pitches at Carrington, but apparently they didn't use them. So
Oh, okay. Must have just not bothered. But yeah, we did sort of see a glimpse of what he's going to bring to this United team with that 4-2-2-2 formation, which I quite liked actually. To be fair, it looked quite. You look better on it. Obviously, the pressing was good.
yeah,
Bit of-
it was interesting because it started as a 4-3-3, and then it doesn't. I mean, Fletcher was down there as well. He's our technical director, but he was down there on the bench. So it makes me wonder if he's going to come down a bit and be on his backroom team for a little bit longer. Because he came down and then they swapped to a 4-2-2-2. So yeah, interesting formation. I don't think they'll stick with that, but he has had a lot of success with that in the past. At Leipzig, I think that was the formation he played. So it will certainly be interesting. I don't recall a Premiership team playing that formation for a long time.
No, I can't really remember. I feel like Chelsea may have been like a close one. They feel like would have played that at some point, but yeah, no, it was more impressive from you guys. Obviously, you've had the best pressing stats you've ever had since Ferguson, just in this game, obviously, and all that stuff on social media. But one big point that I thought from the game was the choice of wing backs. Now I know that Luke Shaw's injured, so he's not getting in. But Telles and Dalot, Dalot over Wan-Bissaka, he looked good. They were I thought they were two of your best players in the game. What do you think of them two going forward?
Yeah, you know what? I'd written Dalot off because he played against Villarreal in our first Champions League game, I think. I can't remember if he was subbed on or what, but he looked awful, Dalot, in that game. He looked so off the pace, and he was getting beaten all the time. His just legs weren't working, like they had no connection to his brain at all. But to be fair to him, he started the last two games and he's done pretty well. I think Wan-Bissaka did need to be dropped, as did Luke Shaw. And I know Luke Shaw's kind of out of the team through injury, but they both need to be dropped because they've both played awfully, to be honest. Wan-Bissaka, I think, is still great defensively, and I think he is quite good going forward. I don't think he gets a lot of credit, but he's not been great in carrying the ball and doing it through a transition. He often gives the ball away, or he plays too many passes backwards. Whereas I think Dalot's obviously always on the front foot, and he's going to be much more attacking orientated. I do think that will come back to sort of bite us in the arse defensively, because if we've got Maguire and Lindelof, they're not the quickest. So yeah, I do think that could be. There's a lot of change that could still happen there. I do think Wan-Bissaka will be given a shot. And Telles, I really like Telles. I've always wanted to see more of Telles. It just so happened that when we got him, Luke Shaw decided to play the best football he has. But that's only lasted for 6 months.
He had quite a high profile coming into you guys, didn't he? From Porto, right? Yeah,
from Porto. And I definitely think he was brought in to actually probably replace Luke Shaw. But Luke Shaw, to be fair to him, he delivered, but he's only delivered for 6 months, and he's been here for, I think, like 6 years now, maybe even longer. So he's not been, and Luke Shaw definitely needs to be dropped. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. I fully expect to see both Wan-Bissaka and Shaw tomorrow when we play Young Boys in the Champions League. But I would also like to have seen Maguire drop, because I don't think Maguire played very well. But
but then you can't put Eric Bailly in, man.
Eric Bailly's made of glass, so he can play like 2 games a month, I think. But I mean, the only reason I wanted to see Maguire dropped is because I wanted to see Rangnick literally be like, look, you need to fucking step up, but also then bring it back. I do think Maguire's a great defender. I do think he's very good. He was excellent in the Euros. I think he was really good last year, and he was even better the year we actually got him, when he wasn't getting a lot of plaudits. He did shore up our defence. So I do think he is a very good defender for us.
One of the better passing centre-backs in the league as well.
Yeah. But I just think those 3 players, Maguire, Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka, have just been absolutely awful. And I've said it on a previous podcast, although this doesn't really apply to Wan-Bissaka, but I feel like a lot of English players stemming throughout the whole league have kind of got this hangover from the Euros, and for whatever reason, they're all playing pretty badly until they go away with England, and then they're fine.
And Kane especially.
Yeah, Kane.
Still searching for that goal, but I guess he got 1 for the season, isn't he, at the moment? But we'll come on to that later. But I mean, as a first outing for Rangnick, you feel better? Do you think you can go toe to toe with the top 4 now and push up for that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got the squad. We've easily got the squad to finish top 4. I mean, even under Riley, that shouldn't have ever been in question. We've got the squad to do it. We've got a better squad than Tottenham, better squad than West Ham, better squad than Arsenal. and whoever else is going to be challenging around that. So I think top 4 is nailed on. I don't think we should set our sights on top 4. I think we should set our sights on, finishing as high in the league as we can.
Question. Do
Yes.
you think, just as a squad, you've got a better squad than either Liverpool, Chelsea, or City? Like, are they all better than Man United now, or do you think there is some contention?
I think we have. I don't think we've got a better squad than Chelsea. I actually think probably Chelsea and City's are probably the best in the league. And then, in terms of, we're probably just under Liverpool, I'd say.
Right. Okay.
Because I don't think we necessarily. I think in areas, I think we're probably the same, but our midfield is so lacking. Like, I look at the bench for our actual midfield. I'm not talking about our attacking wingers or our fullbacks. That midfield is so weak compared to what Liverpool, have got. That I think that shows. I mean, you've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, and he'll do a job for you. Whereas we look at our bench and we've got Matic or. We've got Fred and McTominay starting, and okay, they seem to be flourishing at the minute, but
they weren't before, is that?
Yeah, they weren't before. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think we're far off like squads in terms of Liverpool's. I think the squad is good. I think
you're definitely.
Oh my god, you
default
still have
on
one
fourth.
Matter.
Yeah, we've still got one Matter. So I think there's.
Phil Jones is still on the bench.
Yeah, Phil Jones was on the bench against you guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if Phil Jones starts in the Champions League tomorrow. Maybe try and get him out in January. Give him a game tomorrow, put him in the shop window.
Dean Henderson's fallen off the face of the earth as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he had long COVID.
Yeah.
So he didn't come back, and then De Gea, to be fair to him, he came back to training early. He developed with his game with the goalkeeping coach, and he's been in form. I can't say you need to drop De Gea because I just can't see that happening. I think if anything, we might see tomorrow's going to be really interesting. You might see Dean Henderson tomorrow because if I was Rangnick, I'd want to see as many players as I can in a competitive situation. Now we've already qualified. Young boys aren't really doing very well. I think they've lost and drawn their last 2 games. So, what an opportunity that would be to have Dean Henderson start. You will still have Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw as fullbacks. They're starting fullbacks. They're no mugs. You probably still have Maguire because he's your captain. Probably still play Ronaldo because Ronaldo's Mr. Champions League. And then in your midfield, that's when you can start Donny. So that's still a really strong team to play tomorrow, but it's actually totally different to the one that he has been playing. So you could see a lot of these keepers, a lot of these players play tomorrow. And if he wants to see what Dean Henderson's like coming out of his goal and, using his feet compared to De Gea, then he very much might do that. So I think tomorrow will be interesting in terms of who he plays on the pitch. Because I'd like to see it as well. I want to see what these players can do in this system.
Yeah. One person I do want to talk about is Mason Greenwood. Now, we spoke earlier on in the season, obviously about Ronaldo's impact on Greenwood. And now with this, potential 4-2-2-2 formation with Ronaldo and Rashford going up, with obviously Greenwood's now not going to play in one of the Sancho or Fernandes roles. Could it now hinder, do you think? Because I thought it hindered him anyway, Ronaldo coming in. Do you think it now can? Because there's another, Rashford and Ronaldo, you can't not start them two.
Yeah, but also Rashford's not been playing. I wouldn't say Rashford's been playing too great, to be honest, in terms of his performances. I know he's got an assist, but I think he's still coming back from injury. As well, Greenwood's had COVID, so he's literally just come back, I think, last 2 games. So I can understand him not starting. And Sancho, in those 2 games, Sancho's suddenly had 2 good games, so...
That's true.
I think that's why Sancho's starting. But I think there's opportunity to totally rotate in this front. I think under the system, you're probably going to see Ronaldo give an hour to 70 minutes, especially if he's pressing. Because I think on the weekend against Palace, it might have been Arsenal, but I think it was Palace. You saw him pressing, and he actually said to the bench, he was like, it looked like he had a hamstring injury, but he was like, no, I'm done. He was like let's get me off and get someone else on. So you could see he was pressing more, it just meant he was exerting more energy in that game. But he's so fit they'll probably recover in time to do like 2 or 3 games a week.
Yeah.
And also in that, you're going to play different styles, and I think Greenwood can benefit from being on either side and then going in the centre. I mean, in the Champions League as well, when it was when Carrick was in charge, you had Ronaldo actually start on the left, Rashford through the middle, and Sancho down the right. So that shows the interchange in that front three, which to me, if you play Greenwood and you're still playing Ronaldo, they can switch to whatever side you want. And with the 4-2-2, obviously you're going to play you're playing 2 like sort of strikers, aren't you? Really? So, that could also work as well.
Striker more now.
Yeah,
because it
he's
is mental.
Player.
Like what Ole, like now it's evident. Like it's kind of crazy. Man United having an actual football, like a manager with a football brain. No offense to Ole or whatever, but having someone like that in now that can, change the style of play Greenwood as a striker, not, forcibly move every player to move into a position that they don't want to play in, that Ole seemed to have done. Fred looks better, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, Fred, this is the thing with Fred. He looked good, he did look good under Ole in periods, and that's why Ole kept playing him, because he did look good. The issue with Fred is he'll do something so world class, or he'll look world class, but in the same game he will look so amateurish.
Yeah.
Like he stepping on De Gea's ankle is so amateurish, so stupid, and then in Chelsea he gets the ball and all you got to do is give it to Ronaldo, but no, he tries to chip in the keeper. Yeah. And it's like you do things but his pressing is so good. And it's like you do things so well and then so badly in the same game. That's why there's this frustration with him. But also at the minute, he's not being. It seemed like before, later in Ole's reign, he was being played as a CDM or he'd be the one to link up play from the back line to the midfield. He's not that guy to play balls, because as well, if he gets closed down, he gets rushed into things, or he makes a stupid pass that's not strong enough or doesn't reach the man. So Rangnick is now playing him kind of further forward or just doing the press, which is probably what he's good at. So I think it's too early to get on the Fred bandwagon. I do like Fred, and my dad hates Fred, and I've always given Fred like a pass, but I have been I've been unable to give the guy a pass lately because he's been that bad. Or he's done something so ridiculous. So
I think it's the way Ole's utilising him was a lot of it. Like you say, he never was, from what I remember at Shakhtar, and it was very little, he was very much the player that was driving the ball forward at his feet rather than trying to ping passes around the park and link up all this play. And that's sort of what Ole was trying to make him do, which it looked a bit like, from what I saw anyway, the limited I saw of the Palace game, it looked like he was sort of trying to take the ball up the pitch a bit more himself.
But this is where I think with I know he's played some really good games under Ole, or he's looked like, he's been utilised. He's looked like he's hounded players like next to McTominay, which is why he's probably in that role. And he in training, all I hear about, and you probably see it as well in the way the managers speak to Fred after the games, is like the managers love him, and Carrick loved him, and Ole loved him, and I think Rangnick's going to love him. So there must be something that he does in training which you just love his attitude, you love his spirit, and I understand that, and I think that is a big part of football. And especially if he's going to run his socks off for 90 minutes, because you have players that are tired by 70 minutes, and it's bloody knackering. But if he's got that extra 20 minutes in him, that's massive for any player. But it is that ability to do something so good and then something so ridiculous in the same game, which is infuriating. And I think under Ole was playing him, and probably rightly so, but he was doing something so ridiculous in those games, and it was like, at what point do you blame Ole, or do you start to blame the player? And I think people were crying out for Ole to not play Fred and McTominay because they knew it would cost Ole his job, and I think in the end it did. But I also don't think that's really on Ole. I think that's, Fred's got to do better, and now he's probably doing a bit better. Yeah, now he's probably doing a bit better.
That deep.
yeah, we'll see.
I do know how you feel though, because you have Fred and I have Jordan Ayew. And he is a player that can do some great stuff. Like, he's the player that you want to start against United and City. You know, he played against City. He was fantastic in the game against City. But my lord, he is like, he just has no technical ability, like none whatsoever, no awareness, nothing. Like, it's insane. Like, how he didn't score against you guys was unreal. Or how one of the 3 players that were in the 6-yard box didn't just turn the fucking ball in either. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was more it, wasn't it?
We struggled to create chances in this game. And we've struggled to create chances for weeks now. Since James McArthur and Joachim Andersen have gone out, we have been absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And hopefully those boys can come back soon.
Yeah,
you're telling me, mate. To be honest, I thought we kind of deserved a draw in this game, but fair play to United for getting the win. The Fred goal took a deflection. It looked like from me. I only saw a couple of angles from it. But it looked like it took a deflection off of someone. But yeah, I don't know. Palace. We'll see how it goes, man. I don't think we'll get relegated, but it's a bit more squeaky bum time than it was a few weeks ago when we were 9th. But I think we'll be fine. H, did you have much to say on the Man United Palace game? Did you see it or?
I only saw highlights of it. It did look like United were being a lot more positive, even if they weren't scoring like in the first half. Their heads didn't seem to drop like they would have done a couple of weeks ago under Ollie, and that made a big difference. Like you're saying about Tellez, I thought from what I saw, he looked like he was really getting involved, making a difference. And yeah, just a bit of brilliance from Fred, out of all people, to win it.
Do you know what I want to say on this game? And it's similar to what we were saying earlier, Alfie, is that I was desperate to watch this game, right, as a United fan. But also, Palace and United games have always been pretty good in the past.
Yeah, it's always been a few goals.
With it being a Sunday, I was like, somewhere must have this game. It's 2 p.m. Like, somewhere must have it.
How there was 3 2 p.m. kickoffs and none of them were on television.
Yeah, so do you think it's like, I know the whole argument of not showing 3 p.m. kickoffs on a Saturday is because they're afraid that there's, the crowds won't go, which I think is ridiculous in this day and age. But like, is that not so infuriating knowing that, you've got to potentially, you can't watch it, but someone in America can probably watch it on NSBC or whatever it is. Like, is it about time they should like abolish that and get rid of the whole?
If I had it my way, they just give everything to Amazon. Just let Amazon Prime show all the football, or have the Premier League make their own. Like they have the Premier League Fantasy app and the Premier League app. Just make an app where all the games are on. Because
TV deals, man.
NFL League Pass.
Yeah, like a League Pass, I think. To think that fans wouldn't go because it's streamable is insane. Like they will obviously turn out, and no matter, people want to go to the football and stuff like that, especially Premier League. Maybe don't do it for like the Championship, League One and stuff like that. Like I know that might be a bit contentious or whatever, but maybe in that regard you may get less of a turnout. I'm not really 100% sure. H, I don't know what you think on that.
I think if you support a lower league club, that's not likely to make a difference.
Yeah, fair.
If you've committed to supporting a piece of shit team like I have, then you're going to go to the games regardless of whether.
I guess most of the lower down the leagues you get, the majority of the fans of those teams are from that area.
Yeah, and they go to the games because they want to go to the games.
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily because of the team or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like Bard, you Southend fan and everything. You guys obviously have a big following down there, didn't you?
Well, I mean, they do fill the stadiums there. Like, to be honest, like I don't think it would affect the lower league clubs, but yeah, obviously the demand has to be there to show all those games as well as the Premier League games. But yeah, I just think it was so frustrating not being able to find this game, and then the highlights that they do have are literally of the goals and none of like the pressing that you're hearing about, or like it's all well and good people saying, I don't know why they were pressing so well, but it's like, well, I had to listen to it on the radio and then watch the highlights from Sky, which are a bit shit.
Yeah, and I don't see why they have to be like 3-4 minute highlight videos. Why can't you give us 10 to 12 minute highlight videos if you're going to do it? Like, give us a little bit more context in the game rather than just the goals and then like the odd foul or whatever that happens. But yeah, I don't know.
Or just put
it'd be
the
cool
whole
to-
game on like YouTube, maybe.
Oh yeah, they won't do that though.
Get
Although you know,
mad
obviously it
views.
is annoying. None of us can watch 3 p.m. kickoffs in those games because you know we don't illegally stream here. Obviously, would never think to ever do that every week. No. And oh no, I've got BT Sports, so I can watch the Champions League tonight. Did not realise there was Champions League tonight. Did you know that, guys?
I
I
do
only
know.
know we're playing tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
know who's on.
Oh
tonight.
yeah, why would
Know
you
what
know?
the games
Oh no,
are?
wait, you are in the Champions League, right? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, we are, mate. We qualified.
Yeah, sorry.
Speaking of, City are down 1-0.
Are they?
Oh,
Yeah.
Who? Against who?
Leipzig. Leipzig?
Who?
Leipzig. RB Leipzig.
Leipzig.
Not
They've
the
just sacked their
easiest.
manager as well.
Men's team.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was their manager? It was the former Mönchengladbach manager, I think, or someone like that. I can't remember.
Simon came into the chat. Did I hear Alfie streams illegally? No.
No,
He said he
never
doesn't.
Me, never me.
Allegedly.
Me.
Allegedly. Cut that.
All right. Yeah. Does anyone have anything else they want to say on the United Palace game? I'd rather just ignore all the Palace stuff, to be honest, because it is just heartbreaking. But,
Yeah, 1-0
No,
up.
we
Fair play.
got to touch on it. That's 3 losses in a row now, right?
Yep.
Are the
yep,
wheels
yep.
coming off?
Nah. It's fine.
Fix of the wheel.
I didn't really like it. James McArthur is maybe the best player in the Premier League, so that's why we're missing him. And you know, he's just such a cog in our team, which is actually, you know, not taking the piss. That is genuinely true. I don't know who to funk it, but yeah, Gallagher seemed to have slowed down, which makes sense. He's never going to continue like what he was doing at the beginning of the season all the way through, is he? Zaha has been bad
In
these
dog
last
shit,
three games.
mate.
He has done nothing in these last 3 games. It's good to have Eze back. What I have seen of Eze, which has been limited since he's come back into the team, has been good. Kiyate has been all right. I think Tompkins has been okay. Joel Ward was pretty terrible, and then we brought in Klein, and he was also pretty terrible. Tyreek Mitchell's one of the best left backs in the league, and that's not me taking the piss. That's me being 100%. Like Andy Robertson, Chilwell, Marcus Alonso probably, and then that's it. No one else is better than Tyreek Mitchell.
So you're saying he can go into any squad and be starting left
He'd
back?
start for United, left back right now. He wouldn't start for Liverpool right now at left back because Andy Robertson. He'd start at Arsenal.
So he's not better than
Oh,
Andy
Tottenham.
Robertson.
No, I didn't say he was. I said I had Andy Robertson, Chilwell, and I think it was Alonso ahead of him. Maybe not Alonso, actually. He wouldn't get into Chelsea. He would get into Tottenham. He would get into Arsenal. He'd get into... Oh, West Ham's tight. I do think he's better than Cresswell, though. I'm going to have him over Cresswell. But yeah, no, I'd say he'd get into pretty much any team in the league. Maybe barring Liverpool, yeah.
Okay.
And Chelsea. But and he'll be in the England team soon as well. But yeah, apart from that, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. We're just not creating many chances, and it's starting to hurt us a bit. And then also these mistakes towards the end of the game is just not going. You know, the handball from Gay on at Leeds was pretty tough to watch. But you know, it is what it is. We're not going to go down, so fuck it, whatever, man. We'll just ride the season out. I have seen a lot of Palace fans getting really bothered the fact we're not top 10. When I thought we all agreed the aim of the season was to just fucking stay up.
Yeah.
And that's still my aim of the season, just to stay up. It was nice being in 9th and stuff like that, but you gotta, you know.
When you've had a manager for quite a few years and then he leaves and they learn a new system, you got to keep your expectations low.
Yeah.
I think your expectations are just right there, right where they should be. Just
I think
stay up.
we'll end up finishing like 15th or like 13th, like between 15th and like 12th, I reckon we'll end up finishing. And then whatever, we'll see how it goes in the summer.
Well, silver lining, if Palace get relegated, you can go watch. Well, if Reading are still in their league, you can go watch Palace Reading.
I wouldn't. But
If Palace go down, I'm kicking you all off this podcast, and me and H are doing a championship podcast. So you better hope that we don't go down. No, I'm only joking. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think of Palace? Let's throw this out to the wolves and just devour me.
I think you're, considering everything, you're right where you probably should be. To be completely honest. Yeah.
I think Vieira's come in. I did not expect Vieira to, kick-start the level of football that he did like straight away. I thought it was going to be an absolute disaster, to be honest with you. So I think he is doing well. given the fact that he came in and there were so many players out of contract, and he kind of had to pick and choose who he wanted to sign without knowing them extensively, that sort of thing. I think he's done well. I think his signings have been good, and if you can get some of the loan signings on permanence, or even get some more loan signings in, then I think you guys could do really well. But
Gallagher's the only loan signing.
Yeah, so then maybe it's a good idea if that loan sign has worked out so well. Maybe you can get some more like players in up top. I think you still. I know Benteke's got to the heights of 4 goals this season, but like you've struggled, I think, without a striker for so many years.
I think
seeing getting a striker in and seeing you guys with a prolific goal scorer might help.
Also not conceding like 90th minute goals would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you'd probably be 10th, 9th or 8th if you didn't concede. Because I was just looking back at some of the recent scores, and you like took a draw with a 94th minute goal or something, and you had a win, but then got there was like an 85th minute goal. And I was just thinking, well, a bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Not like organised, discipline at the later end of the game, I think.
Yeah, man, definitely. I think that's just you're gonna have that when. Sorry, H. I'll just say this and then I'll let you know. Just when you obviously when you are embedding 2 new fresh centre backs into the squad in Joachim Andersen and Mark Gay, there are going to be some teething issues, right? Like there are going to be things that happen, that, stuff like that, and it's fair enough. I believe in the team. I think we'll be absolutely fine. I think there is potential for us to sign Gallagher in the summer. I don't think it'll happen, and I reckon you'll end up seeing fucking like Billy Gilmore come next year. We'll get a 3rd Chelsea centre mid to come in. That'll be Loftus, Cheek, Gallagher, and then Gilmore. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. Benteke, I actually think has been pretty decent. I think he still lacks that like real clinical finishing. Like he should have scored against Leeds. I don't know how he missed that header. But yeah, I mean, he's doing all right. You say 4 goals. Ronaldo's only got 6.
I mean, every time you think, oh, that's it for Benteke, you're like, oh, okay, now he starts scoring.
Yeah, and he's way better in the air than Ronaldo is anyway.
Fair enough.
What?
Way better in the air.
You're not serious, are you?
Huh?
You're not serious, are you?
Oh, are you joking? Benteke would batter Ronaldo, mate.
Yeah, I'm not talking about fist fight.
How many?
What header? You mean like you cross the ball in, cheeky
100%,
header?
100%, yeah.
Alright.
Just keep thinking of that Gino meme where he turns to Gordon and is like, you have to be joking. You got to say something.
I'm Roy Keane right now. When he's like, really?
You're joking. You're joking.
No, yeah, I don't know. But Ronaldo, we haven't really spoken about Ronaldo. We haven't really spoken about Ronaldo this podcast.
He's past his best.
Why would you when you could talk about Benteke?
Yeah, sure. He is past his best though, isn't he, Mark? Like,
massively, yeah.
Everyone keeps talking about how
he's only in Man United for the shirt sales.
Yeah.
If he would have
been at City. He would have been at City in the summer if Man United had come in. Imagine that. Your greatest player ever would have gone to your rival.
Nah. He's only in the team. Dan, stop. He's only in the team for the shirt sales. Let's not fuck about. He's only in the team for the shirt sales. That's it.
He's the reason why
would he get number 7? Why would he get number 7?
Why would he get number 7? Because that was his number before.
Yeah, when he was amazing. Now he's not.
Yeah, if he came back and didn't have number 7, that wouldn't make sense.
So Ronaldo would play for Liverpool.
The significance of the number 7 shirt at United is why he's got that shirt.
For the shirt sales.
Saying he's back.
Yeah,
for the shirt sales. Obviously, it makes business sense. But saying that he's like, I'm not saying he's at his best. Obviously, his best was at Madrid. But like,
absolutely dog shit.
He's not good. Most of his goals are tap-ins.
No. I'm not having dog shit. No fucking way.
Simon is backing. Simon is
player.
backing Ronaldo, saying he's not terrible. It's not his prime anymore, but he's okay. He's okay.
Mate,
Apparently, he's okay, Bardell. He's
Yeah,
okay.
but you'll probably be like, oh, Origi's like the greatest striker ever.
No, he's
a
not.
Liverpool legend.
He's a good finisher.
He's an absolute clown. He's not even a
Ronaldo
good finisher.
couldn't wear Salah's jockstrap, bro. Like honestly, like
I'm not saying Salah. I'm not
it's so
saying
bad.
Salah.
No, I'm
mate.
just saying, innit? Like I'm just saying, and like, you know, he should have gone City. I don't know why he did this stupid thing and went to Man United. He should have gone to City, man.
Yeah.
He'd be winning. You know, they'd
He's
be
got nothing else to prove.
Because-
You might as well go back somewhere.
Because he weren't really gonna go City, and it was
Money.
all
Of course
a
he
PR
was gonna
stunt.
go City.
No,
Yes, he was.
Mate,
Bro,
it was
he'd
a
go
PR
Liverpool.
Mate,
He'd
I'm
go
not
Liverpool,
stupid.
bro.
Mate, I'm smart enough to know, and so should you, to know that George Mendes put that whole thing together to get him a move. He was never going to go to Man City. United got scared and thought, oh, he's going to go to Man City, but it was all George Mendes being like, I'm going to stoke a fire and get you a move. It was all desperate. I'm saying it was desperation.
I love your conspiracy
but that's
theory,
what it was.
but anything to defend
100%.
Ronaldo.
It's great. It's
but,
great.
Um,
It's great. Sort of management from the agent.
but you know, like obviously Ronaldo has saved you guys a lot this year. We know that.
Well, how can he? He's dog shit.
No, you know,
Ball bounces off him and goes in.
yeah. He barely has to do anything for these goals. Basically, all tap-ins and penalties, most of them anyway.
Sunday league player. Sunday league.
Oh, just call him Penaldo, mate.
Ronaldo.
But yeah, like, do you think you'd be in this situation if you had not spent the money on Ronaldo and spent the money on a competent defensive midfielder that could, you know, anchor the team and everything?
Mate,
And
I've
then
wanted
the reason why
I've wanted a midfielder since Scholes left the first time.
No, I mean, but it's a
And we got
genuine
Scholes
question.
back
It's a
out
genuine
as
question.
well.
Do you think if you hadn't have like, if you had just gone, you know what, let's not waste the money on a 37-year-old past it, you know, attacker, and let's get in
No,
a competent
because
centre midfielder
we
that can anchor the defence and not have, you know, not leave all these massive gaps that have conceded, that have, you know, obviously let you concede a load of goals this year, which has then led to Ronaldo having to save you all this time, which is now he's getting all plaudits for. But in actual fact, maybe it's his fault for why you're in that position in the first place.
No, we're in that position in the first place because we
He's not
didn't
pressing.
recognise that, and we thought, oh, Fred and McTominay are a great pairing. That's why we're in that situation. Ronaldo coming in is pretty much a godsend. Otherwise, we'll have Martial up top and Cavani, who can't
He's
stay
been
fit
shit.
for more than 2 games.
Cavani.
And Cavani can't stay fit for more than 2 games. I love
At least
him.
he works. At least he runs for the ball.
Yeah, mate, but for 2 games. For 2 games.
Ronaldo
He's
has
out.
done it for
What I'm
one.
saying
true.
is-
Ronaldo's done it
true.
for one game,
Well,
and he had to be
also
taken
that's-
off.
Yeah, but how many goals has
Took
Ronaldo
35
scored?
minutes
Cavani
to
can't
manage
play
to
because he's injured, Mark.
Define a goal.
You know when they
Define
all
a
go across the
goal.
line.
Define a goal. Because
Reach
tap-ins,
the new low.
like Harry said,
Define a goal.
it just
Right,
hits him
so
and goes
otherwise
in.
you'll have Martial. Otherwise you'll have
I love
Martial
this
up top.
podcast.
You'll have Martial up top, and that is just not happening.
Oh.
So
Define a goal. I love
Let's
it.
yeah,
I
let's
don't
move on.
like
1
it.
year in, and we're
35
just
minutes on
defining a goal.
United.
This
That
is
is
look.
the new.
It shouldn't even be this
Rattled.
raging. Man United have had a good week. The team that hasn't had a good week is Ollie's team, and he's not here.
That's true. That is.
That's convenient, actually, isn't it? It's a good
Yeah, that
point.
is convenient. Yeah. Go on holiday just as your team start to get shit.
Mm.
I'm afraid we're going to run out of time before we can even talk about Liverpool. So let's skip the Chelsea West Ham game for now. We'll come back to that, but let's talk a bit more about. Let's talk of some Liverpool as we have Mark here. And don't worry,
Yeah.
we'll be getting to Reading as well, Harry. I want to check in on you boys since you know the GOAT Andy Carroll has joined.
Oh my god.
But we'll get onto that.
Ballon
A
d'Or,
little
about that.
tease, a little sprinkling of a tease there for you football fans.
Someone-
We'll get to that.
someone fight already, said Simon. hands are going.
Now, to the to probably the best starting team in the Premier League right now. I have to say, with the best player in the Premier League right now.
Yeah.
We'll move on to Liverpool. You know, beating Wolves 1-0. It's actually like, despite the fact that you dominated Wolves all game, found it hard to put the ball in the back of the net.
Well, there was a couple of chances that really should have gone in. I think one of them
But you
was.
still struggled to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, well, just define putting the ball in the back of the net, Alfie. Nah, it was all right. I mean, yeah, complete domination, but I just couldn't get it. to the
Jota
back.
just couldn't.
Did you
I don't think.
Jota's-
I genuinely think Jota didn't want to score.
Yeah, it did look a bit like that.
Against Wolves, he was like, "Look, I'm just gonna make it look like I want to score, and I'm not gonna."
All Portuguese people love Wolves, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
looking at the stats, similar to the Man United Palace game, like Man United had all the possession, all the shots, and got 1 goal. Same. In
Yeah, but
here.
Man United are shit.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean, you got. I mean, I'm happy to be in the position where if Liverpool win 1-0, that doesn't feel like a good Liverpool game. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, because where we've been scoring 2+ goals in every game.
Yeah.
We're only winning 1-0
problem,
is a bit like, okay, like, why did we not score more than one
Flop
goal?
out.
Like,
Flop out.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. But yeah,
Jesus
it's a
Christ.
good problem to have, as Harry said. I mean, I'm just happy.
Yeah, not bad.
It's a clutch. I mean, a bit of a clutch goal at the end there. But you know what? Take the win. We're known to
Origi.
do it all right to the end. It's a nice finish as well.
Origi, man, yeah,
turn,
might be one of the best strikers in the world at the moment. You know, just off the back of that.
I mean, I don't know anyone who could perform like that under such
Unbelievable
pressure. Under
composure.
such pressure.
He's the best forward for Red Team in Lancashire.
100%.
Have you guys got together before this and been like, let's fucking wind that up
Why,
so
you
much?
getting wound up there? We getting wound up here. Is that what's
No, I'm
happening?
just thinking. I'm just like these. What you're saying is outrageous.
I don't know.
Me and Alf said it was easier to try and make everyone quit before our championship podcast next season than to just fire everyone.
Fair enough.
We obviously are sort of joking. Bards, I'm only joking. But
Origi did really well.
Origi did do really well.
He did do really well, and it's not the first time he's really clutched for us.
Although we do always talk about the times that Origi saves Liverpool and does stuff, but what about all the times, which is most of the time, where he comes on and does absolutely fuck all?
99% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, true. Not arguing that point, but
He'll always be a hero though. For that, for the
Champions League alone, he's done enough to.
It's a weird thing to say for the Champions League alone. Like that would be like most.
Well,
people.
with Torres at Chelsea, he scored that. He did
Sure.
absolutely shit for ages, but scored that such a massive goal that made Gary Neville come in his pants. They'll always remember him.
Yeah. Although Thiago had some chances in this game. He didn't really take them, or had a chance where he had like multiple chances in the same chance from the corner and just couldn't put it in the back of the net. Apart from that, Mane again had another chance. But Sarr made a save. That Sarr keeper is pretty good. I didn't really know much about him before he joined the Wolves this year, but he's been pretty decent, man.
Who? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Sarr, Wolves keeper.
Oh yeah, no, he's been pretty good lately.
But Salah getting another assist. I think is it like 1 or 2 games? That's it this season where he hasn't scored or assisted, I think.
Yeah, it's like I think I saw a stat the other day. I think all competitions it was like 18 consecutive games or something like that, where he's had an involvement.
Yeah, but Messi had a better year, guys. Come on.
That's true.
But he's on fire. Annoyingly.
Yeah, it's insane. Like 13 goals and 9 assists. Do you think you guys will re-sign him? Because he said he wants to join you guys, but he's also he's very much made it clear that he thinks that, obviously, and rightfully so, I guess, whatever financial amount they put on his name for a contract is how much he means to the club.
Oh yeah,
and he wants an absolute bag. Liverpool, FSG, maybe aren't necessarily prepared to give him the bag that he wants.
But this is insane. This is where it's just the amount he has done and is doing and will do for the club outweighs probably what we're going to pay for him. Even if
it's all about shirt sales, isn't it? Imagine if you could sell next year's kit with Salah on the back.
Be fun. Get the money back.
I heard Ronaldo's going to Barcelona next year. No, I actually did see that on Twitter.
No way, you're joking.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not joking. I did see that on Twitter.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, it's definitely
How
not.
are they getting this money?
Yeah, I don't know. Was he signed a 2-year contract?
Oh, they get the money from the shirt sales then.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years.
Shirt sales. 2 years, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh god, what a waste. But no, yeah. So
they should give Salah. They should give Salah whatever he wants. I've read some of the on some of the interviews. I have read Salah where they've sort of on Instagram where they copy and paste it onto an Instagram post where Salah's like, "Oh, of course I want to stay. Love this club. I do, playing top flight football, whatever." But he's like, "But it's not down to me." And I'm like, "Oh fuck!" It just doesn't sound like it's going anywhere, or it doesn't sound.
Surely as well though, Klopp must be in SFG's ear, right? Get him signed,
I reckon he's on his way out, Klopp.
Yeah, and FSG probably like who?
Or do you reckon he's got like 1 or 2 years left in him?
Which of our companies do you work for?
I'll be honest.
How do you spell Jurgen?
Let's go Jurgen.
The amount of moaning he does on a week-to-week basis, he must hate his job. Like, all it is just constant moaning about everything. Like, he was such a lovable character when he came into the league, and now it's like, oh, fucking hell, what's he going to moan about this week? Well, the physicality of the Premier League, the speed at which they play, the fans yelling stuff at players. Like, Jesus Christ, come on. If it's not, anything crazy, then, fair enough. But, it's just, I don't know. I can see him leaving very soon. I can see him leaving very soon and just getting fed up with everything, basically.
Yeah, his character has changed a fair bit since turning up, to be fair, I'll admit that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't re-sign Salah, then that could be like the catalyst for something that could, break the relationship.
I agree. It could all just fall from there.
If they don't re-sign Salah, they don't want to win.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Like, they're not going to win. They're not going to... Take Salah out of this Premier League, out of this Liverpool team, they drop off out the top 4.
Simon redeemed a hydrate, and I have to drink my cold tea.
Well, if they dropped out of the top 4 just off the back of Van Dijk being injured, then yeah, it's totally plausible that you take Salah out. Then yeah,
100%. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Obviously, look at the Premier League table at the moment. City top with 35, Liverpool got 34 in second, and Chelsea in third with 33. We officially have a title race on our hands, boys.
Yeah, boy.
A proper title race. I think it was something like Saturday morning.
Chelsea dropped to third.
I know, man. It's crazy. I think Saturday morning, obviously, Chelsea went in top of the league, and then I think by the afternoon, Liverpool were then top of the league, and then by the evening, City were top of the league. It's a lot. I hope this can happen week in, week out, man. It's fucking awesome.
That's what I'm kind of happy looking at the goal difference of 32 for Liverpool as well. Thinking, because I know there was times where we were kind of a little bit fucked with that. So it's a good.
West Ham are beating all 3 this season as well.
Yeah.
Didn't beat United.
You on the 3?
Yeah, no, just fine.
We definitely are. But they didn't beat us either, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. Liverpool could win. Do you think you're gonna win it, Mark? Obviously, like but do you think you're gonna win it really?
I mean, realistically, it's probably going to be this tight all the way up until the final hurdles, like final few game weeks. I think, like, unless there's injuries, I just don't see any team letting it up massively. Like the West Ham beating, like we said, the top 3 is pretty huge, but then that's kind of like, well, at least all of us have dropped some points. We've taken a couple more draws that we shouldn't have, but both Chelsea and City have taken 2 L's, so it's just too even right now to even like. But the Liverpool means like, well, yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't. We're not suffering massively from injuries.
Do you think if you guys like push all the way again and get like get a mass amount of points, but then again lose out to Man City, we start having to say Jurgen Klopp's massively overrated?
Well, so if we do 99 points and then there's enough, City get 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
if you
mate,
go
I
that far again and lose by City by a point or Chelsea by a point, do we then have to be like, wow, you Klopp, what are you doing?
I just think, I'd sit there and think, Pep and Klopp that good that it's just a race between 2 horses. Maybe not this year with Chelsea's and their sort of disciplined approach.
Yeah, but no one was going to remember. No, are they?
No one's going to remember what?
No one's going to remember, it was that close, they're just going to be like, he lost.
Oh, no, I don't know about that.
I think
people still remember the 97-98 season or whatever it was.
I think it's mad when you got such a close title race. Like
I say whatever that was. Maybe you're right, Buzz. But yeah, no, I don't know. It'd be interesting though. I'm just trying to spin webs and then we can sort of make
I think Liverpool could do it this year.
Yeah. 44 goals for at this stage of the game is actually pretty nuts, man.
I think Liverpool are going to win the league.
I just wouldn't be surprised.
Do you know what else is nuts actually on that goal point? Is the amount of goals that the top 3 have got, and then languishing in
everyone else.
Languishing in 7th or something, or 6th. You've got Arsenal on -4.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Tottenham on -1 are in 5th.
Oh my! I didn't even look at that.
Like,
Right.
how mad's that? I mean, they were what? They were fifth, yeah. They were on -4.
It
but
literally
they
goes
dropped
from
down,
20. Where am I looking? Goes from 9 to -1.
Yeah.
It goes from 26 to 9. What the fuck?
Yeah, man, insane. It should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing. It would be nice if Man United could get in there, because it would have been cool if United were in the title race this season with Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. Like we.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good that it's a three kind of horse race. I did think it was going to be, 4 teams literally fighting out.
Yeah.
But I suppose, 4
When you
four
sign
might be
Ronaldo.
too much to ask. Yeah, when you sign Ronaldo. But it's good that it's 3. It does change it up, doesn't it? It's good.
Was that with Hendry we were talking about that? Why Ronaldo came into the league? On the group chat.
Potentially.
We were talking about the goal. I said
long
he's
ago was
not in to be in gold. He's not in there for the golden boot, and I was like, why,
Yes.
why the hell is he
Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
there for?
Well, he's won every single game for United by scoring a goal.
He's won every single game for United, but he's not there.
That's just wrong, just incorrect.
Yeah.
Like inarguably incorrect.
Well, I bet you low-key hate it when you got Hendry on side.
yeah.
It's rarity.
It hinders your points. You're like, fuck.
It's like I understand what you're saying, but I need someone else to make that argument.
I love Hendry. We actually need to talk about Hendry. We need to get him on this
I
podcast
need someone
ASAP
else to-
Rocky and talk about some Arsenal. I want to get some outrageous points going. But right, we need to touch on this game before we finish, because we have spent basically 48 minutes talking about Man United and Liverpool, which is what I assumed we were probably going to do anyway. But yeah, West Ham beating Chelsea 3-2, and one of the best game. Maybe I had this as my game of the season so far.
Oh, it's crazy.
It was unreal, man. Although it was sort of like Mendy's worst game of his Chelsea career as well.
Yeah.
The Bowen penalty was just terrible.
But the back pass wasn't so great.
Pass,
Yeah.
bad back pass, but then he took a touch, and he took a horrible touch, and then fouled Bowen, who had maybe his game of the season actually. And all those people that were, all those people that were slamming the reports that Liverpool wanted them were probably like, Liverpool probably take him now.
I just found out he's going in with Danny Daughter's Dyer. Danny Dyer's daughter.
He's going out with Danny Dyer's daughter.
Oh, what a word, fumble. I'm not even going to attempt to say that.
Danny Dyer.
Mate, I thought she was going out with some guy who sold like fake diamonds.
That's what I thought as well. I
Bowen,
thought her baby daddy got done for fraud, allegedly, I think. I can't remember.
Well, that's probably why she's not got out of it.
Yeah, maybe she's like a bad boy.
I don't know. And who are worse boys than Irons?
But yeah, no, it was a pretty good game. Obviously, Mason Mount, by the way, goal of the month, potentially goal of the season.
Oh, what? His little volley?
That volley at that, just into the tight angle at
Composed.
the fucking near post, like low. Oh, unreal, man.
Composure.
Yeah. Turns out having your tonsils out makes you a better footballer. Might have to get mine taken out. But it was a great goal. And then obviously West Ham just, their pressing was phenomenal throughout. They frustrated Chelsea so much. Bowen, scored. He then got a goal, and he then got a goal himself, which was a great strike as well.
Yeah.
Could be up there for goal of the month as well. And then the one we have to talk about is obviously the winner, the Matsuaku goal. Did he mean it, boys, or did he not?
No, didn't mean it.
He said on Twitter that
Yeah, he said on Twitter he didn't mean it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't
know that
but,
one.
no, fair. He definitely did not mean that. Yeah, no. He looked like
I love how he celebrated as if he did.
Yeah. You got to own it in the moment, haven't you?
Yeah.
But like, that was me. That was all me.
Yeah, that's what I do.
It
Fun in
reminded
training.
me of a worse version of a much worse version of the Papi Cisse goal against Chelsea. But yeah, it was obviously took the touch off, lost his cheek. Mendy couldn't get there. He's obviously expecting the cross.
We are fully expecting the cross.
And it just didn't come to fruition for Chelsea. It was a great result from West Ham. Moyes obviously doing the bits, So I was chatting. I can't remember who it was, but I was chatting to someone earlier about because it was about Everton potentially bringing in Jose Mourinho as their manager and not maybe moving forward, and what they did with Rafa. How it feels like not many clubs nowadays would opt for an older manager over a young new one to bring in their new philosophies and stuff. And I was thinking probably the last one that's actually worked of bringing in an older manager that knows the game rather than the younger ones. Probably Moyes, right? At West Ham. I can't really think of anyone else that's come in and done such a really incredible job. I see Jose go to United and to Spurs, and neither of them worked out very well. Over bringing
Yeah, I mean, Moyes is doing a fantastic job. I think it's his kind of like redemption has taken a long while. Let's not, exclude that. He went to Sociedad, got sacked. He went to West Ham the first time, got sacked. He was at Sunderland, got sacked. Like, he's been put through the ringer.
He was sacked by West Ham though, because he did keep him up.
Yeah. I mean, and they look how that turned out going for Pellegrini. But yeah, I think he's playing. What I like about this side is it's almost like the Everton side, or that's the vibe I'm getting. That Everton side was good to watch sometimes, or at least there was more about that side. There was like passion behind it, and this is the first time I've seen a West Ham side where the West Ham fans aren't actually moaning. They're not complaining about the stadium or the style of play or the management or even the players.
So bad.
And but before they've always had like one player like Payet or a player that's always stood out and been unbelievable. And yet they were. But this team has got so many good things about it. I think that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be interesting, what happens if you do take Rice out of that team. Let's say got injured, then it'll be interesting to see what happens. But they've got players around Rice that are also really good in their own right. And they're on fantastic seasons.
Rice only lost the ball like once.
I don't know. I have no idea. Would you pay 100 million for Rice?
No.
He's one of the only players that hasn't seemed to suffer from that Euro hangover you mentioned earlier.
True.
But he's actually, if anything, been even better than he was at the Euros.
I'd say potentially Calvin Phillips, because I don't think Calvin Phillips has necessarily been the problem at Leeds. I think they've
Leeds.
He was injured for a while as well, I think.
Yeah, but since he's come back in the team, I think Phillips has been pretty good, to be fair.
From a United point of view, crying out for a DM, Rice is like perfect, but I wouldn't pay 100 mil, and I'd probably go for Phillips because I think he'd be half of that, and I think he'd be he is good. I don't think he's as good as Rice, but he's a good player. But I think he'd be the cheaper option. I would actually go for the cheaper option in this instance.
Yeah, I guess Bellingham didn't play much at Euros, did he? Because he's been fantastic this season so far.
Yeah, he didn't, but he's looking so good. I think he's going to go Liverpool. I think
it's got to.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so. Like, he'll end up Liverpool. Mate, he's one of them players. You get a bit emotional talking about how good he is and how much potential he has, because you're like, oh, he's a fucking England player. Yeah. Like, obviously, I know we've had it with Wayne Rooney in the past and players like that before, but it feels like for us, this is our first sort of player that's like that.
Yeah, it's the come up.
What I mean? Yeah. But one thing I wanted to ask you guys before we leave, it is regarding Chelsea, and it's regarding Kai Havertz. Can we successfully say that Kai Havertz is now a flop at Chelsea? And was it a regrettable move, do you think, to sign him?
He's not set the world alight, has he?
No.
But he has got some. He's got some important goals for them. I think that's the issue.
But he's missed a lot of chances as well.
Yeah, I don't think it would be
a lot of Chelsea over the last 2 years.
I mean, who's the bigger flop, him or Werner?
I'd rather have Werner.
Really?
Yeah,
well, I think Werner actually didn't have a bad year last year.
Yeah, like Werner sets up stuff. Like Kai Havertz is not really doing much assist-wise. He's not doing much goal-wise, and he is basically taking, and the position that he has to play in Tuchel's team is effectively the striker role, which now
he doesn't fit the team, does he?
No, not at all.
It's been a lot better than Ziyech.
I don't even think he has been better than Ziyech, man. Ziyech's been really good over the last, I'd probably say month and a bit.
Was it Havertz or Ziyech that assisted that Mason Mount goal?
Ziyech.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was Havertz.
It definitely wasn't Havertz. I had him in a fantasy league. Okay. I can tell you, Havertz has done nothing this season.
That's where it's coming from.
That's where the hate is.
But he has still done nothing. But it's sort of something I wanted to talk to you about, because obviously, like with where he plays in the team, Lukaku or Werner, you're probably picking them two over Havertz right now. And are you really starting Havertz over Mount, or
no?
Really, Hudson-Odoi? Probably not. Pulisic, when he's probably 100% fit, probably not. I wouldn't even start him over Ziyech right now because I guess he's more of a winger. But I don't know, man. It's interesting. And like Ruben Loftus-Cheek now coming to the team.
Do you reckon they bought him with a plan in mind, or just bought him because they could and because they didn't want any other team to have him?
I don't know, man.
I
think that's why they bought Werner.
Yeah.
Liverpool wanted him.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of hype at Chelsea.
Jota, Werner.
I can understand the Werner one as well because he was very cheap for a striker.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although if you're saying Jota, Werner, if it's at like the height of their powers, Werner every day, please.
No, I'm saying how it's turned out.
Unbelievable.
I'm saying how it's turned out.
Oh, Jota is unbelievable. I'm saying, but if we got like, if we're having Werner at the height of his powers, what he was doing at Leipzig, and like what we've seen parts of Chelsea, I would take Werner.
Yeah, that's why we went for him first. That's why we went for Werner first. But then now it's how it's turned out. I'm like, well, now looking at things, if we get to the next transfer window and Chelsea like swap Jota for Werner, but fuck no, Jesus.
Yeah, no. Jota will be starting for Liverpool for quite a while now, I imagine.
Well,
was he 30, 40 mil?
No, I don't remember.
I think it's 40 mil or something like that. I can't remember. But that's actually looking like a good coup.
And I thought he was a lot older than he was. I don't know how old he is. I don't think he's that old as well.
I think he's like 24. Actually, he might. Not 100% sure. This will be our last thing.
Born in 99. What?
So he's 25. Okay. He's 25.
25. Oh, born in 96.
96
4th of December.
Oh, man.
25.
Oh, he's only just turned 25.
What does it say? Wikipedia says 1999. Oh,
God.
That's some other footballer.
Oh, God. Who are you looking at?
I don't know. It says, let's have a look. Jota, footballer, born in 1999. João Pedro Neves Felipe. Known as Jota. Is a Portuguese professional footballer who plays for Scottish Premier League club Celtic.
Oh, is he the one who used to play for Brentford?
Brentford.
No one cares about Scottish football.
There was a player called Jota who used to play for.
No. He's done Benfica 7 to 18, and then went on loan to Valladolid. And back Valladolid, and then Celtic.
Well, I've got a quick question before we leave. And yeah, it's just a real quick one. Would you rather support a Scottish football team or none at all?
None at all.
None at all.
I don't know. I'd support a Scottish football team.
I was going to say I would support a Scottish team.
I'd pick a lower league team though, so it's actually something exciting to pay attention.
I'd rather never.
If you were going to do it, If I was going to do it, it would be a real low league team. Real low.
Something you can get involved with.
Something where I'm almost in the starting 11.
You have the potential to a player manager role maybe in the club. That'd be cool.
Something where it's free to go up and watch the game.
Well, but the rate Hitchens go in, fucking hell, I might sign up.
But then just for comedic value, boys, just finish the to start the screen the show when it's edited with something funny. When I say, would you guys rather support a Scottish team than any or no team? Can you all just go no team really quickly and then we'll just be done?
Sure.
All right. Would you guys rather support? Yeah, fully. Would you guys? So guys, just leaving you with this question real quick. Would you rather support a Scottish football team or none at all?
None at all.
England, none at all.
England till I die.
Gross.
Thank you, boys. But on that note, we'll say goodbye. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thank you to boys for joining us today. It was a bit of a weird podcast today. It was a bit of just chatting. There was supposed to be some sort of formula to it, and but that went out the window early doors. So
we didn't even talk about Arsenal. I can't believe it. I really hope they lose. I really hope they lose this weekend, so we can really double down on it.
Yeah. Oh, if they lose to Southampton, we're going to come with ammo charged, ready for Ollie.
Shit.
Bergkamp is one of the most overrated football players. But we'll see you later, boys. Have a good one. Make sure to like, subscribe. It's all above us right now. Just go follow us on wherever things, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Peace.